After a great deal of travel, we have finally arrived at round 15, the end of the regular rounds. And what that means is, after today, I'm going to be leaving all of the polls open for a few days to let any leftover votes trickle in. And when all that is done and said, I will take the winners from each of the categories and put them together into one final video for all of you to vote to determine the one winner. So I will give a final reminder about every little thing that I can give a reminder about. First of all, this is the end of the list. If the game you suggested did not make it onto the list, I am really sorry. I tried my best to keep as many games on this list as possible, but I did have to cut it down to something reasonable to even be as elaborate as it is now. So I'm sorry, but the time for suggesting games is done and over. Right now, we're about to decide. That also said, in all of the rounds up until now, I'm sorry I did have to make these videos with an amount of haste. I didn't have time to put as much research into each one as I would have liked. And as such, the screenshot that I show may not always be correct. I try my best, but especially where sequels are concerned, I may mess up. Also of note is that to vote on this, you cannot vote in the comments. You do have to vote through the poll that I link at the top of the video description. Believe me, it's even easier than leaving a comment though. All you have to do is click on that link. You can then click on as many games as you want and hit vote. You don't have to register an account or anything. That said, to the games of the final round. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, RPG for the PlayStation. Pocky and Rocky, shooter, I guess, for the Super Nintendo. Avalon Code, RPG for the DS. Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins of the Moon. This one's supposedly a lot of different genres, but I'm gonna go ahead and toss it in Adventure for the Wii. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, Action RPG for the PC. Gensokyo no Nazo, Platformer for the PC. Beautiful Joe, Beat 'em Up for the GameCube. Ape Escape 3, Platformer for the PS2. Gaia Crusaders, Beat 'em Up for the arcade. Sengoku Basara, Samurai Heroes, Hack and Slash for the PS3. Chocobo's Dungeon, adorable roguelike for the Wii. Illusion of Gaia, Action RPG for the Super Nintendo. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, Platformer for the GameCube. The Secret of Monkey Island, Point and Click for the PC. Kirby's Epic Yarn, Platformer for the Wii. Now, of these games, a few notes to point out. Pocky and Rocky, Gaia Crusaders, and Kirby's Epic Yarn would all be done co-op. Gensokyo no Nazo I would try, but I give no guarantees I can convince him to come along. Add to that, The Secret of Monkey Island, I would not be doing the remake, I would be doing the original, but I would debatably do the second game in the series as well. As to what game I would personally choose for this, I'd probably go with a lot of them. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete is a fantastic little game. I've played through it myself and loved it. Gensokyo no Nazo, one of few Toho games we've gotten in here. I have no guarantees I could make it to the end of that game, but at least for the run, it does look kind of fun. Ape Escape 3, I've never really gotten into the Ape Escape games before, but 3 did look especially fun. Illusion of Gaia, I've of course played and beaten many times in the past, and it's a hilariously fun game. Kirby's Epic Yarn I would also enjoy a great deal. It's a very, very fun game. Though we would be shooting for almost 100%, I would probably not be doing all of the mini-games and playing through it on my own time. It felt like the mini-games kind of drug the game down, just in how long you spent on them. But I think if I had to choose one single game to win, I would go with Chocobo's Dungeon. The last 2 times I've run this contest, the winner has always been a game that I loved dearly and very much wanted to do, but was always just a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and it took the push from the contest to actually get me to do the game. And though a lot of the contenders and even a lot of the favorites so far have been potentially fantastic games, I'm also scared because a lot of the higher end ones are games that I'm not very excited to do. But I think of all of the rounds, Chocobo's Dungeon is one of the perfect games to win this entire competition. I think I would love nothing more than if it won this entire thing, because I love the game so much, it is so much fun, and it is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, so I would sort of want to do it, but I would be putting it off and just be uncomfortable taking that first step, and heaven help me if it won here, I would thank you guys so much. But that is it for round 15. And the normal voting round. So I'll give all of you a few days to vote on any of the rounds up until now. And here, in a short amount of time, I'll compile the list into a finals video, where we can then choose from the winners of each round to determine what my next Let's Play is going to be. Thank you all for your time up until now. Thank you all for all of your votes going into this. And thank you all for subscribing and watching and loving my videos. So until next time, everyone, when you guys will actually get to decide what my next Let's Play will be.